Candace Owens confirming she had a productive conversation with Erika Kirk marks a noticeable shift in a situation that was once tense and publicly uncomfortable.
And I appreciated that. She has said, I don't agree with Candace, but I also don't think that she's doing this because she's been possessed by a demon. I think she actually believes these things, and I do. And I have a right to believe those things. And I don't feel any differently about the people that I mentioned on the show that I think are shady at Turning Point USA. And with time, we'll see whether or not I was right. I think that's really what it comes down to. But all around, definitely a productive conversation. And just to say this, very happy that we are on much better feet and that we have opened the lines of communication. I do genuinely think that Justin Stripe did a great job reffing that conversation yesterday. And I also do want to shout out Megyn Kelly, because we were trying to make this happen in the background really since Blake Neff fumbled the first invite. And thank you. That's in large part because of you guys at home that were like, what the F was that? And I think that they got enough flack that they were like, okay, we got to fix this. But I want to commend him for making that happen, for being the person that, kind of rolled up his sleeves and was like, okay, let's actually make a conversation happen and start answering some questions, which I think was done well. And Megyn Kelly, who was initially going to, when we were going to live stream the conversation before the Barry Weiss moment, Megyn Kelly offered to ref that conversation. I felt like she would have done a very good job. I do think that she has kept it very even. She has not been hysterical and it's demonic, it's evil, how dare Candace? And I appreciated that.
Saying they are now on much better footing isn't a small statement. It suggests intentional dialogue, accountability, and a willingness to reset the tone rather than let conflict linger. What stands out is Candace framing the conversation as productive instead of defensive. That choice of words matters. It signals that the discussion wasn't about winning an argument or proving a point, but about understanding and moving forward. In spaces where disagreements often turn into drawn-out public battles, choosing resolution over escalation is a deliberate move. Acknowledging improved footing also implies that whatever issues existed were addressed directly. That takes maturity, especially when both parties are public figures whose words are constantly dissected. Candace expressing happiness about where things stand now suggests relief, clarity, and closure. 3 things rarely achieved without honest conversation. This moment highlights how powerful communication can be when ego is removed from the equation. Instead of allowing speculation or ongoing tension to define the narrative, Candace took control by confirming that progress was made. That alone reframes the entire situation. There's also an underlying message here about growth. Public disagreements don't always need dramatic endings. Sometimes the real resolution happens quietly, through dialogue that isn't meant for spectacle, but for understanding. Candace acknowledging this shift shows a willingness to move forward without dragging the past along. At the core, this wasn't about headlines or damage control. It was about repairing footing, setting boundaries, and choosing peace over prolonged friction. Saying the conversation was productive and that things are better now draws a clear line under the issue and opens space for a calmer path ahead.